Hi, I'm Carl, and this is my final computer science project in high school. This is my Mechatronics Final, and it's on the game Simon Says. So let's get into it. So why I chose this game? So I grew up on this game. I love playing this game. It's sitting in my basement right now. Wanted to choose a game that was simple and fun. So something that I would actually enjoy playing, and it wasn't too challenging because I know we were on a time constraint, but it was also a good challenge that for me to learn more about Arduino. And I came up with this idea working in small groups. Shout out Max and Sasha for helping me finalize this idea. I told them, oh, I wanted to do a Simon Says game, and they helped me determine which components to use and which new components to use. So this is actually straight from the brainstorming document. This was my first draft of the project. So I faced a ton of challenges on this project. First, my computer did not work most of the time, or most of the time I was at school. For some reason, the school Wi-Fi made the Arduino code super slow and had trouble uploading. I lost a bunch of code because I kept forgetting to save, so I'd have to restart. Time constraint because we don't have all the time in the world to do this project. So I was a little pressed for time at the end. Learning how to use these new pieces like the joystick and the tap module. And last but definitely not least, I lost my Arduino yesterday and had to redo all my wiring. So thank you so much, Mr. Gillespie, for giving me your Arduino for me to rewire and get this project in. So my initial design, I had 4 LEDs, which were just the colors that you see right here. I have a piezo for the sound effects, a button to start the game, a joystick for the player inputs, and an 8x8 matrix grid to determine the score. It will display like a number on the screen. And then my final design, what actually ended up happening, was 5 LEDs, 4 colors, and 1 to signal the player's turn, piezo for the sound effects of the colors, and then button to end the game, joystick for the player inputs, and a tap module to start the game. So the wiring, pretty straightforward. It's just 4 LEDs. These are the colors that will appear from a random sequence. This is the LED to determine if it's the player's turn to go. Piezo right here, tap module, button, and then the joystick is here. Pretty straightforward. Something I do want to point out is initially I wanted the random sequence to increase by 1 every round that the player would get through, but I did not have time for that due to the ton of challenges that I faced on this project. So it's just a bunch of random sequences of 4 that the player will have to go through each round. So yeah, onto the code. So 2 parts of the code I want to highlight is the gameplay and the player control. So here we make the random Simon sequence for that round, and then we traverse that array and look at each value at each point in that array, and we assign it. So we assign the array values of 0 to 3, and based on that number, it determines which LED will light up and what tone it will play. So you see that's what this is. And then once you're done traversing the array and displaying the code, it's going to take you to the player control, where the player control, you see it's we read the joystick values for each. So it runs it 4 times because it's a sequence of 4. We read the joystick values, and then based on the joystick values, it will tell us which LED to light up and which input was selected. So then, yeah. And then now for the videos, I'll show you from right here. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, so I just want to explain what you saw really quickly as the video plays on in the background. So for the first couple of rounds, I got the sequence right, so I would move on to another random sequence. But when you saw all the buttons, all the LEDs and the piezo turn on, that means that I got the sequence incorrect and that the game was over. So, and then on to the tap module. So yeah, that is to end the game early. So you see, press the button, start the game. But if I just want to end early for some reason, just tap the tap module, and then all the LEDs will light up, and that is the end of the game. So just final remarks. Mr. Gillespie, thank you. I've loved every minute of the comp sci program, and I'm so happy I got to encourage some freshmen to join the comp sci path. Thank you for everything. I've loved every minute of it, and I hope you enjoyed my final mechatronics project. Thank you so much.